Driving down the highway in a dark night, the only thing you have with you is an overnight bag with toiletries and $50,000 in currency. What's your story? I'm not a thief. I'm not saying I didn't take it. I just wasn't going to steal it. I was going to give it back. I just wanted to go for a joyride. And boy, was it fun for the first couple of minutes. That car was fast, like really fast. It had all the bells and whistles and then some. Easily the most fun I've ever had on a joyride. I felt a little bad, I'll admit, when I took a look through the plastic bag in the passenger seat. Toiletries mostly, a couple of snacks, a change of clothes, someone on the run maybe, or going on an extended road trip. It was with that thought I looked in the back seat and saw a duffel bag. Again, I felt a little bad, but I wasn't about stealing. I wasn't going to take someone's shit. I was just borrowing without permission. Still, curiosity clawed at me when I noticed that the bag didn't really move when I took some high-speed corners. That wasn't any duffel filled with clothes, that was for sure. Shit was heavy. But I did look, and my stomach dropped when I did. No wonder that bag was heavy. It was filled with cash. USD. Benjamins. Tens of thousands, I guessed. No one carries this amount of money. Not anyone scrupulous, anyway. Not anyone willing to allow you to keep your kneecaps. I suppose it could have been some affluent kid running from their parents. But the more likely thing was I just stole some crime boss's car. There might already be a target on my back. So, fight or flight kicked in, and let me tell you, I ain't a fighter. So I drove. In hindsight, it was stupid. I should have just ditched the car. No one knew I borrowed the car, only that it was stolen. I couldn't stop. It was like my hands were glued to the wheel, like my foot was made of lead, and my eyes couldn't blink. It must have been miles outside of the city by the time I had full control of myself, and by then it was too late to turn back. So, all of that to say, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry, and it'll never happen again. No more joyrides for me. No, sir. And I didn't touch a thing other than to look at it. All the money's still there. Swear on my mom's grave. Okay, I ate the snacks, but I didn't touch a single dollar. I swear. And the car is perfect. Not a single dent or scratch. Almost as if it was never driven. Well, except for the gas. She's empty now. And it would be wise to have the engine oil checked, just in case. Otherwise, perfectly fine. You want me to work for you? Well, I guess my only question is, do I keep my kneecaps if I say no? I see. When do I get started? "2 a.m. on an empty highway. The car, more undead scrap heap, rattles as we go. No speeding though, can't risk it. The shitbox of a vehicle smells vaguely of fuel, mildly of bin juice, and strongly of cigarettes. They had taken the trash out of the passenger side footwell and the back seats when I bought it earlier today. An absolute junker. But hey, it was cheap, and they accepted cash. It runs well, no radio. That had been stolen, 3 years ago by the previous owners, I guess. I have no phone to play music with. either. I don't mind. At the right speed or in the right breeze, the back left window whistles. So, there's that to keep me company. What a piece of shit. My co-pilot is a duffel bag. Contents of said bag? A smaller satchel. A toiletry bag with one toothbrush, the associative paste, a comb, nail clippers, a razor with 3 cartridges, sensitive skin aloe shaving foam, BO basher, deodorant, and an emergency roll of TP. The toiletry bag is swaddled in the duffel in a nest of wads. Cash wads. The kind with paper bands from banks to tell you how much each wad is worth. How much total? 50 fucking K. $50,000. So, what's a guy in an ancient, near-death Toyota Camry doing with that much scratch? I wish I could tell you it was a heist. I wish I could tell you I earned it. What actually happened is, I found it. None too soon either. Things weren't going well for your old friend. I had a few hundred left in my bank and had taken it out to invest in my habits. A one last hurrah kind of deal. I had been in an alley off an alley, taking a tinkle, when an SUV screeched to a halt. A fella jumped out and chucked the bag in a dumpster. As they zipped out, I zipped up and investigated, and pay dirt. If you keep this sort of thing in the same town, well, you get found and then quickly lost. Usually as several neat packages stored across the city dump. So I snatched the sack and ran. Bought a car with the last of my own cash, grabbed what I needed from my place, and boosted. What's the worst that can go wrong? A marimba began to play from the non-existent radio. Wait, no, it's the bag. The phone I hadn't known about rang. Phone? Fuck.